This is the worst times we've had since the Great Depression. Well, that is the biggest bunch of baloney ever imaginable. In 1980, inflation in the United States was 12.5%. Today it's 1%. Unemployment was 10.5% in 1980 and 1981. Interest rates were 18 to 22% if you could get a loan. You want gasoline? You wait in line to get it. Are things worse then than they are now? I don't think so. We had hostages in Iran that were still imprisoned there that weren't released yet. They weren't released until later on in 1980. Were things worse? I don't think so. Knowing that you could go to a place for a quarter that you borrow and all of a sudden create twice as much money, it was very easy in 1980 to have a backer pull out when we wanted to start John Paul Mitchell Systems and say, I'm not going to give you a dime because the economy is terrible, it's worse than it's ever been. John Paul Mitchell Systems was started with $700. I lived in the back seat of my car for the first 2 weeks, and we never borrowed a penny. Today it is one of the largest, if not the largest, independently owned professional hair care company in the world. Patron Tequila is the #1 ultra-premium tequila in the world. We are now involved in new projects where you could bring a machine about the size, half the size of this stage, 6 foot square, put it on a trailer, and we could go into any oil drilling facility where they're fracking for oil. We go to LA Harbor. We go to any polluted area. We go to a sewer, stick it in, and 650 gallons a minute of clean water come out the other end. You want to multiply that out? Bring 10 units in. 6,500 gallons per minute of the worst water in the world is cleaned. A lot of what happened ecologically all started with we kids that had a chance to go when we were very young and had no money to Angeles National Forest and learn how special green was, how special it is to have trees, but more important, how special it is to have an opportunity, as everybody addressed. When the good Lord created this planet, and if you're an atheist and don't believe in God, let's just call it God for now because it kind of encompasses everything. When God created this planet, He created a lot of things. One thing He created was an oyster. And He said, oyster, I'm going to give you a perfect social, economic environment to live in. I'm going to put you in a hard shell to live in. So you have a free house. Free house and clothes. Free house and clothes. If you're hungry, open your mouth and food will rush in. If you're full, close your mouth. Want to eat some more? Open your mouth. Food rushes in. I'm going to put you at the bottom of the ocean to protect you from your enemies. You're protected, you have free food, free house, free everything, but you really can't go very far. You got to kind of stay in that little community I put you in. But you're totally safe and you're secure. And then God created another species, and that species was an eagle. Whole different trip. He said, eagle, yours is going to be a bit different than the oyster. Eagle, you want a house? Go build it. Take a mountaintop, take the top of a tree, go build your own house. You want to eat? You want to feed your young? Go fly around and find your own food. As many of you know, the eagle flies through wind, snow, rain, turbulence to feed its young. Did you know that the eagle is only successful 5% of the time? The hawk is very quick and small and gets in there. The eagle is so big, many times when it goes for the prey, whatever the prey was, got away. Only 5% successful. But the eagle is big and powerful and keeps on trying. Did you know that the eagle is the only animal in the world, the only living thing on the planet, that when a hurricane comes, it flies into the hurricane to play and ride the thermals of wind in the hurricane? Because it's so powerful. But the eagle can go any place it wants. Any place it wants. Now that eagle, and not the oyster, is the emblem of America. What the Boys and Girls Club want to accomplish is to let every single member know, and let their families know, and let the population know